Nomad, ye shall pass all round with Bilbo Waggins.
So I introduced you to the town of Callahan, California. So that wasn't my end goal. After Seaside, Oregon, my end goal was to get to Scott Mountain Campground. And so I did get to Scott Mountain Campground. And so while I was there, and for like several days while I first was there, every night I kept hearing what sounded like cowbells. And it just kept going. At first I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. You know, maybe there's some cows passing through. And then, but it kind of became annoying because it kept going and going and going and going until like, seriously, till like 10, 11, sometimes midnight. And I was like, what the hell? Is there like some weird cult up here doing some kind of like weird shit? Well, anyway, check this out. So, since I've been here, every night I've been hearing these bells. I thought, what the hell are these people doing? So tonight I finally decided to check it out. One person was like, maybe it's cows. It's like, who puts bells on cows anymore? That was a thing in the past. Well, guess what? It's cows. Look, cows. They're gonna charge me. Ow. There's a lot of them. So, when you're off grid and everything, and I have a ton of medical supplies and everything, but one thing I'm not is a dentist. And honestly, this is something that I've done many times, and whatever, it's fine. But sometimes you gotta take care of yourself. So here's a little bit of redneck dentistry. Okay, my face looks puffy, and I have this tissue in there because I don't know if it's because I chew or what, but every now and then I get these little pockets, swollen pieces in my gums. So to fix it, I use an X-Acto knife and I pop it and squeeze all the shit out. And it usually works for a couple months and no problems. But unfortunately tonight I also kind of cut my lip trying to get in there because this one was kind of high up. But I got it, and I'm a lot better. Hopefully. So while I was on Scott Mountain, you know, it was really the first place that I was like in the wild and trying to survive or whatever, and you know, find sources of food. I mean, I have food, I canned goods and whatnot, but I want to learn how to like survive, you know, like shit hits the fan scenario, survive. So anyway, I went on this drive up the hill, up the mountain, further up the mountain from the Scott Mountain Campground, and I found this lake, and I was like, hey, lake, fish, food, right? So I hiked all around this lake, and I looked it up online. It's called Big Carmen Lake, and it should be called Big Carmen's Disappointment. It's I didn't even know how it's called a lake, because honestly it's so shallow I could probably walk to the middle of it. But anyway, I was hoping for fish. I didn't see any fish. I saw lots of tadpoles and other things, but here you go. Here's what I found. So as you can see, all I found was tiny frogs and garter snakes and a couple lizards. And by the way, garter snakes, they have a lot of toxins in them. So no, if you're desperate and trying to survive, do not try to cook and eat a garter snake. They are no bueno, por tu, no good for you. Lizards, not worth the work. Just not worth the work. I mean, if you're desperate, from what I understand, they don't taste that great, but I didn't do it myself. But honestly, most of the lizards up on Scott Mountain were really small, and it just there wouldn't be enough meat to even do anything with. So, one of my favorite things to do is to go on hikes, right? Yes, I love going on hikes. Love going on hikes in the woods, finding things, seeing what's edible, what's not, what's medicinal, just checking things out, finding wildlife. And here's a little bit of my first hiking adventures at Scott Mountain. So Bilbo's and I went on this hike, and sometimes he's so tiny I don't always think about where I'm going and how he has to deal with it, you know? And sometimes it takes a bigger toll on him than it does me, and I don't realize it until afterwards. So every good mountain man needs or mountain woman or mountain person, needs a good hiking or walking stick. And now I used to kind of poo-poo or look down on people, especially, well, I'll get into the Pacific Crest Trail hikers in another video, but with their little ski poles and stuff on their hikes and stuff, I used to look down on that. And then I got myself a little hiking stick and realized it really doesn't make things a lot easier. So here's some pictures of my first attempt at making my walking stick, which I'm still working on. Yeah. Who says you can't be bougie in the woods, huh? Check out this.